Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Elizabeth and Andrei confront Alex and Loren. On 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, there was drama with Elizabeth, Andrei, Alex, and Loren. 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? The world of 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, has never been short on drama. And when Elizabeth Pothist and Andrei Castrovet crossed paths with Loren and Alexei Brovarnik, sparks flew in a way that fans didn't expect. Both couples are fan favorites for different reasons. Elizabeth and Andrei with their fiery, no-nonsense dynamic, and Loren and Alexei with their quieter but equally opinionated outlook. But when strong personalities collide in the shared universe of reality television, confrontation becomes inevitable. A chance meeting turned showdown. The setup was supposed to be innocent. TLC cameras followed both families to a joint couple's retreat in South Florida, a gathering designed to explore communication, cultural differences, and long-term relationship growth. But the moment Elizabeth and Andrei walked into the sunlit resort lobby, their energy shifted. Andrei, broad-shouldered and stern as ever, clocked Alex from across the room. The two Eastern European men had an instant recognition. Not the warm kind, but the kind that warned viewers a competitive streak was about to take over. Loren, bubbly but fiercely protective of her marriage, whispered to Alex, "Don't start with him. He looks like he wants a fight." Alex, however, simply shrugged. That shrug, combined with Andrei's intense stare, was enough to ignite the spark. Elizabeth, trying to smooth things over, approached Loren with a smile. "Finally, someone else who gets what it's like to juggle family, marriage, and the cameras," she said. But behind the smile, Elizabeth carried her own frustrations, her never-ending battles with her family's involvement in her marriage, Andrei's work struggles, and the constant scrutiny online. Loren, never one to shy away from honesty, responded, "Yeah, but sometimes it feels like the drama is more with the couples than the families." Elizabeth froze, taking the comment as a subtle jab. Andrei noticed, and in true Andrei fashion, he decided to address it head-on. Andrei versus Alex, the clash of titans. Dinner that night was supposed to be a group bonding session. Instead, it turned into a heated standoff. As salads were placed on the table, Andrei leaned forward, his voice thick with his Moldovan accent. "So, Alex, tell me, what is it like to sit back and let your wife do all the talking for you?" Gasps circled the table. Elizabeth covered her face with her hand, muttering, "Oh no!" Alex raised his eyebrow, unshaken. "It's called respect, Andrei. I let Loren speak because she's my partner, not my enemy." That line drew applause from a few producers in the background, who could barely contain their excitement. Viewers at home would no doubt replay that moment 100 times. Andrei scoffed. "Respect? Or weakness? In my culture, the man leads, the woman supports. That's how you build strength." Loren wasn't about to let that slide. "Excuse me? I'm not just support. I built our home, our family, and Alex respects me enough to stand beside me, not in front of me." Maybe Elizabeth would like that too. The table went silent. Elizabeth's lips tightened, torn between defending her husband and acknowledging a truth she sometimes whispered to herself late at night. Elizabeth's boiling point. For years, Elizabeth had defended Andrei against her family's accusations of controlling behavior. She insisted that people misunderstood his bluntness and traditional values. But hearing Loren put words to what she had sometimes felt left her shaken. "Don't bring me into this," Elizabeth snapped, her voice sharper than she intended. "Andrei and I have our own rhythm. Just because it's different from yours doesn't mean it's wrong." Andrei smirked, clearly satisfied that Elizabeth had sided with him. But the look in her eyes wasn't one of victory. It was exhaustion. Loren leaned forward, her voice softer now. "Liz, I'm not saying your marriage is wrong. I'm saying you deserve to feel like you have a voice too. Don't let his culture, or your family, or anyone silence you." Elizabeth's throat tightened. The cameras zoomed in on her face, capturing the vulnerability she tried to mask. For once, the confrontation wasn't about Andrei's temper or Alex's stoicism. It was about her. A cultural divide or something deeper. The debate between the couples stretched into the night. What started as a clash of egos between Andrei and Alex turned into a broader conversation about cultural expectations, gender roles, and marriage dynamics. Andrei defended his worldview with passion. In Moldova, a man provides, protects, and makes decisions. It doesn't mean woman is weak. It means family has structure. Alex countered calmly. And in Israel, where I come from, we also have structure. But we also have respect. Loren isn't behind me. She's beside me. That's how our family works. Viewers watching at home would no doubt pick sides. Team Andrei for those who admired his old-school protectiveness, or Team Alex for those who valued his quiet strength and modern approach. But the real drama was in how Elizabeth processed it all. The aftermath, private confessions. Later that evening, in the privacy of their suite, Elizabeth confronted Andrei. Why do you always have to come at people so aggressively? You made Alex look like the calm one, and you made me feel like I was on trial. Andrei paced the room. Because people don't understand. They always try to make me look bad. I have to defend us. Elizabeth sighed. But who's defending me? Meanwhile, Loren and Alex retreated to their own room. Loren paced, her hands flailing as she replayed the evening. Can you believe him? Saying you let me talk because you're weak? Please, if anything, you're the strongest man I know. Alex chuckled, pulling her into a hug. Let him talk. People will see who he really is. You don't need to fight him, babe. You just keep being you. That tender moment stood in stark contrast to the storm raging in Elizabeth and Andrei's suite, a perfect editing choice that TLC producers surely celebrated. Fans react. By the time the episode aired, social media exploded. Tweets and Instagram posts flooded timelines. Andrei is out of control. Alex handled that with pure class. Hashtag Team Alex. Finally someone stands up to Andrei. Thank you, Loren. Elizabeth deserves better. She looked so tired tonight. Hashtag Free Lies. Andrei may be harsh, but he's not wrong. Families need structure. Hashtag Team Andrei. The division among fans only fueled speculation. Would this confrontation mark the beginning of a rift between Elizabeth and Andrei? Or was it simply another chapter in the fiery love story that had kept them on reality TV for years? The bigger picture. At its core, the confrontation wasn't just about who was right or wrong. It was about two very different marriages, two very different cultural backgrounds, and the universal struggle of balancing love, identity, and respect. For Elizabeth, the night planted seeds of doubt she could no longer ignore. For Andrei, it reinforced his belief that the world misunderstood him. For Loren and Alex, it was an opportunity to show fans that marriage can be equal without losing tradition. And for fans, it was the kind of unforgettable drama that makes 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After so addictive.